Hey, happy, I think it's Saturday. Happy Saturday. So I saw this thing where women will be like getting ready and making video and like making a video, but talking about whatever their subject is. So I'm gonna do that today. I don't have all the things I need, so I'll be right back. So I'm curling my hair for dinner tonight, and I wanted to talk about one of my, I don't want to call it a hot take, but personal stances when it comes to things like counting calories. So Um, I don't think counting calories is a bad thing. I don't like obsessing over numbers, and I agree that it can start unhealthy relationships with food. However, it is very, very useful for people who don't necessarily know how to be in tune with what their body needs nutritionally, as well as it can just provide some insight as to how many calories certain foods actually are, or how calorie dense they are, right? And you end up eating way more than you think you do. So it can just provide some insight into that. I think counting calories is a really good way, a really effective way to see where you're at now and figure out what you need to change in your nutrition in order to see the results that you want. And then once you have that figured out, you don't really need to be on it as much unless you have a really hard time sticking to it and you need that sense of accountability of just counting everything. Because I've seen it both ways, right? So I've seen numbers, quote unquote, cause negative effects with clients where they have they get really bad food guilt and all that. I've also seen it where it stops clients from binging and they have something measurable to look at their food intake with, and so they like counting calories better than intuitive eating. So I don't think that counting calories is a bad thing. I think it can be effective when done properly. So you don't necessarily have to count it once you understand like where you are at now and then what you need to change moving forward. Like I use it sometimes like once every few months just to make sure especially if my diet's changed a decent amount. Like I say, I eat a lot more sauces nowadays or something like that. I'll go into MyFitnessPal and I'll start logging stuff just so I understand, or I'm more in tune with how much I'm eating and of what things. So like if I'm eating things that are way too high in fats I don't need, and it's not healthy fats, then like I'll be like, okay, let me cut back in like this area. Let me start cooking with a different ingredient, that sort of thing. But I only do it for like a week or so, and then I'm off again. Holidays, and food guilt. That's a really hard thing to have to deal with when you are trying to lose weight or get in shape. Is I want to enjoy this food, enjoy my time with my family, but I don't want to completely ruin my progress. And all I'm going to say about that is, like, yes, there's strategies you can do, like what I talked about with calorie counting, just using that to like eat maybe a little bit less or a little bit leaner during the day so you don't have to worry about it as much at night or whenever the celebration is, or do it throughout the week. So you can use the calories you haven't consumed that week in that meal, or you can just enjoy yourself and then get right back to business the next day. Right? Now, will it affect you? Yes. Is it going to be detrimental so long as you get back on track? No. You'll be fine. So a strategy that I use with my clients that has seen some really effective results is inclusion and prioritizing food, right? So being focused on ensuring that you have certain things within your diet and enough of those things, and then prioritizing what you eat rather than completely cutting things out. Now, there are a couple things with certain clients that I'll be like, hey, know this, know that, and that's like client dependent most of the time. But outside of that, it's like make sure you're eating X amount of protein or X amount of a specific vegetable to encourage certain hormone development or whatever the fuck, right? It'll start with that. And then like, okay, if you're hungry and you want, like if a client's vice is cosmic brownies, right? I've had similar. Then it's like, okay, when you're craving a cosmic brownie, since you usually eat like 2 or 3 a day, which we don't necessarily need to do, let's have this first, right? Let's make sure we've had our meals. Let's make sure we've had adequate amount of water. And then let's do this first, right? Let's eat an apple first, or let's eat this first. And then if you're still hungry and you still want that brownie, eat it then. Most of the time, they don't end up wanting it. They just wanted something, and they just wanted some sugar. or their body wanted some sugar, and the apple was enough to quench that craving. So it's like, yes, you can still have your brownies. Let's just make sure we're giving our body proper nutrients before the processed shit, right? When I tell you, I am flying through my hair. I'm almost scared it's not gonna hold. I almost every single day will go through Facebook and I'll look at what the discussions are around, like, amongst women. Just like because like Facebook's a common place where women will go on and ask, like, hey guys, how do I to put it simply, lose weight, right? And okay, there's so many, like, there's plenty of women that answer these questions that are giving like really solid advice. There's others that give less than good advice, in my humble opinion. And I can't tell you how often I go on there and I see just people throwing out the fucking weight loss shots, like Wegovy, Ozempic, or like other medications to quote unquote lose weight fast. And it really irks me. I'm gonna be honest. And the reason why is because you can look up how many, like, all the different articles and studies that have been done on people that took those things, lost the weight, and then how many of them gained the weight back. And the reason why that happens is because it's not sustainable, right? You don't want to be on those things for the rest of your life. You don't want to have to keep paying for that shit every single day or every single week or every single month or however often you have to take it. But eventually you have to get off of it, especially because there's numerous health risks with doing stuff like that. And at the end of the day, you're not learning how to live a healthy lifestyle. If you want to have a healthy body, you have to do healthy things. And all this stuff does is, I'm not saying there's not a call for it, because there's some people where like they need to get the weight off like super, super fast. And these things do help with that. Like Ozempic is specifically for diabetics. I think it should exclusively be for diabetics. But like after that, people don't know what the fuck to do. They just keep doing the same thing that they were doing and thinking that, okay, well, now I've lost the weight, I'm just gonna keep doing what I was doing before and keep living my best life, and then boom, weight's back. Because you didn't actually change anything. You wanna have a healthy body, you need to live a healthy life. That's a large reason why I started wanting to get in on these discussions, is to do my best in helping people learn that and helping them understand like what goes into a healthy lifestyle. And it's going to look different for everybody, because everyone wants different things, everyone lives different lives, and everyone has different priorities. A working mom with 3 kids, partner, all that, it's a lot harder to work out the way or to train or live the same way a 20-something-year-old single childless career woman would be able to live, right? Just because you have different things you have to focus on, it doesn't mean it's impossible. It just means you're just going to go about it a different way. There's still a way to be healthy, though. It's just going to look different for everyone. And that's what I take a lot of pride in, is helping women do that according to the type of life that they want to live, right? But at the end of the day, right, all the little quirks and kinks here and there make everyone's life different. At the end of the day, to be healthy requires the same thing from everybody, which is healthy food, move around, build muscle, get plenty of sleep, go outside, drink a lot of water. But any good coach, doctor, nutritionist, anything like that, they'll tell you the same shit, right? Like, those things are pivotal to personal health. Now, how you go about those things, different for every person, but those things should be a priority if you want to be healthy. So I finished my hair. I just need to let it fall. Oh God, that's naughtier than I was expecting. Ugh. And I totally look like my little sister with my hair curled. She has naturally curly hair. Just wait for it to fall, do my makeup, and we gooch. Thanks for sitting with me during the little, I don't want to call it a rant, our discussion today on health and nutrition and conversations surrounding those topics these days. So thanks so much. Have a great day.